Welcome to IHE.
IAG? Is that what
In
we're
the
going
kiss
with?
room.
In the kiss room.
I saw that on the first one. It said in the kiss room. And we're in the kiss room.
Did we say them in the first one?
No, it said it on it by itself.
Yes,
The
I
tech
know
guy
that
put
if
it
I-
in there.
I think it was mentioned. It definitely was mentioned.
No, it was on the screen. It said in the kiss room.
I guess I would know that if I watched
We're
it.
in the kiss room.
That's where I got the on-screen title.
There you go.
Ah,
It's
there we go.
IHE in the kiss room. I'm Rick.
I'm Laura.
There you go. See, I didn't have to introduce you this time.
No, we did good. I don't know which camera to look at. There's a lot of options now.
Are we looking at the cameras?
Well, so I was told I look a lot. I asked for feedback since I won't watch them. And I was told I tend to look in different areas, and
Yeah.
if I'm going to look like I'm talking to people, I might as well look at a camera.
Well, you got 3 of them, so now you got plenty to look at.
I know. I don't know where to go. It's a little overwhelming.
Am I mumbling?
No, you're not. But now you have the
Not
option
yet.
of like looking around, so
Right?
you don't
You
have to
can
feel
look
like you're
around.
looking
It's
at
beautiful.
one camera. So that's good.
It's good.
So, did you prepare anything for today's segment?
I did not. I don't prepare anything. I do everything on off the
Fly.
cuff,
You know, you said
on the
that,
fly.
but the first attempt at this, then you came with actual material. Remember? You
Yeah,
had
but that was all off the top of my head.
also pre-planned because you listened to the album beforehand. But okay.
What did I listen to?
So
I
I'm
listened to
a
the album.
little
What album
upset
was that?
you're not as excited about Willie Nelson's 90th birthday
Yeah,
today.
jeez.
Yeah, why is that, by the way?
Right? I'm a little upset about this. Why?
Well, we should first tell everybody that's going to watch and listen to this. We've got some people in the background.
They I guess this is the official first episode. Correct. We did.
Official first episode. We have our tech guy and Laura's husband Kevin, and my wife GS, who can't be on camera due to her profession.
Well, now they're going
Correct.
to want to research that.
Her profession? She's
Probably.
a spy. Government spy. She can't be on
I
camera.
can see that. Absolutely. She
She's
works
not
for
allowed to be on
NASA.
camera. Who?
She works for NASA.
NASA. Maybe.
Absolutely.
See, I told you it was too far away.
Compared to his, it is.
I told you. You gotta have it
Maybe.
closer.
Yours is too close.
It's not too close. It's perfect right here. You can see
Everything
my
you
face.
do is perfect, right?
You can see my face. And when I turn my
You didn't
head,
get that
you can
face.
still hear me.
Is that better?
Can I fix it for you?
I'm only going to end up
Is the
moving it
tech
out.
guy going to come into the shot?
Oh, he's going to have to
Hey.
edit this out.
No, I don't.
No, there's no edit. You can't edit that part out.
It was like a millimeter. That's really what you had to fix?
That's what you had to fix.
You just needed to get me pissed so I could get louder. Is that what that was?
Hey, there you go.
You knew
Now
what you
we're
were
talking.
doing. All right. Well,
All right, so Willie Nelson's
Yeah.
90th birthday.
What
I
do
did
you-
not know it was his 90th birthday.
I was very excited because I had some stuff I wanted to bring up and ask you, but it segues nicely.
it
But I'm more
does.
curious of why you... No, you don't know it does. You don't even know what I want to bring up.
Yeah. Well, the problem is I'm not the biggest Willie Nelson fan, although I have seen him in concert. Not too long ago, maybe 3 years ago.
Why are you...
Saw him at the Wind Creek Event Center.
Why are you not a Willie Nelson fan?
I'm not a huge fan of his twangy voice.
I gotcha.
I do appreciate the fact that
He exists.
he exists. Willie Nelson is a pioneer in country music, and from what I understand, he smokes a lot of weed.
Nice save. Nice
It's good.
save. And he's
Good
90.
for him. Good for him.
He's 90.
It's great.
Makes a lot of money off of his own weed now, too, I believe.
Apparently, it saved his life.
Yeah,
Oh.
I
right?
don't know.
Really?
From what? Probably alcohol.
I think so.
Well, I can tell you, when I saw him in concert, it was really good.
Yeah?
Yeah, it was really good.
Twanging and all?
The twang and everything, he was really good in concert.
So the reason, I guess, I was excited about his birthday was because I've been on a Highwayman kick this whole week. Oh, I'm happy you got a little excited there. See? Now we're talking. Isn't that what he said?
I have the Highwaymen. I think they have 2 albums. I have both of them.
Yeah.
They might have 3.
So then that got me thinking on supergroups, right? I mean, I might have been on a supergroup kick since Winery Dogs.
I like supergroups.
Well, so I did a little research on a couple.
Okay.
just to have something to talk about.
All
But
right.
then I also projected some bands that I think you might talk about.
Okay.
So who are some of your favorite supergroups? And I did write them down.
Favorite
so I have evidence
supergroups?
to see if I'm even on point.
One of my favorite supergroups is the Damn Yankees.
I didn't have that one, but that's definitely. I should have.
That's
Should've
Ted
guessed.
Nugent.
I
and,
should have guessed. I know. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I think Jack Blades from REO Speedwagon, I think.
Take it on the run, baby.
Are we singing on the show?
No.
Oh. All right.
I like.
mean, you can. I'm not going to sing.
Oh no,
but-
people don't want to hear.
Let's see. Other supergroups.
What is the definition of a supergroup?
A definition of a supergroup is members that are from other bands that are
Oh, gotcha.
also popular.
Okay.
For a very short time, there was a band called Supergroup. They had a show probably 10, 15 years ago.
Yeah.
They put out one album. That was Tommy Lee from Motley Crue,
Huh.
Gilby Clarke from Guns N' Roses, and Jason Newsted from Metallica.
I didn't know about that one.
They had a whole show, TV show, where they were looking for a lead singer.
I vaguely kind of remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was when the old reality TV show was big, like Flavor
Oh, yeah.
Flav,
Yeah,
For the Love of New York,
So they
Trash
had-
TV that we used to love.
So they had a show, and then at the end they picked the lead singer, which I couldn't tell you what his name is, but
He was definitely memorable.
they came out with an album that's actually really good. See, now on the spot, I can't think of I
See?
can't think of supergroups
Hmm.
off the cuff, but
So
I know there's tons of them.
definitely I had written down that you might talk about Bad Company.
is that a supergroup?
Tech guy, can you check us? Is that a supergroup? Would you
I don't
classify
think
that as a
I don't think
supergroup?
Bad Company's a supergroup.
Um,
I mean, if people from Bad Company left and created another
know
group,
Paul
Maybe.
Rogers was from Free. He was the singer.
oh,
Hmm.
well, then maybe they could be a supergroup.
How
What else?
about Bad English?
Bad English was a supergroup, and I think they put out 2 albums, I think, and I do have them both.
And they were?
They were what?
What were the albums?
Oh,
Who is
God,
Bad
I
English?
don't-
I don't know. See, these are just supergroups I project that you might talk about.
So I don't know the names of their albums, but they had only I think their first album had a hit, which was When I See You Smile.
Okay.
And you're probably too young to know that song. But it was a huge, huge song in the early 90s, I think.
Probably.
Yeah, I think it was the early 90s. But the lead singer of Bad English was Tech Guy?
The Bad English? Oh, I don't know his name.
He's still in Bad Company.
But Bad Company definitely was.
A
A
supergroup.
supergroup?
Look at
All right.
that. It means
Bad
teaching
Company?
history,
Nice.
right?
I didn't realize Bad Company was a supergroup. But that's awesome.
I also had written down Asia. I don't know. I thought you might just know some info about that one. Steve Howe
I-
from Yes.
Only know maybe a song or two from Asia. Wasn't a huge fan. A lot of their stuff is, I would classify it as like elevator music.
Okay, so you're obviously not a prog rock fan.
No,
Yeah, gotcha.
not so much.
That's a sad story.
That's a sad story. It could be a sad
So then I
story.
also have groups that I wanted to tell you about. Well, all right, no, that's a lie. Velvet Revolver, I also anticipated that you would speak about.
Velvet Revolver, yeah. See, I can't when I think about supergroups, it's hard to come up with them off the cuff. Velvet Revolver, their first album was fantastic.
Hold on, tell everybody who Velvet Revolver is, just in case.
Well, that's basically Guns N' Roses with a different singer. I mean, every guy. Well, that's not true. There was a rhythm guitar player, which I don't know what his name is, but
Tech guy.
he
Oh.
was not in Guns N' Roses. But
I found the Bad English singer though. John Waite.
That's it, John
Yeah.
Waite. Yeah. Velvet Revolver was Slash, Duff from Guns N' Roses, and Matt Sorum, the drummer.
Mhm.
They had a rhythm guitar player, but I can't think of his name or where he was from. And then their lead singer was
STPs.
STP's
Scott Weiland.
Scott Weiland. That's it.
And Dave.
Sorry, I drew a blank.
I got okay.
I'm sorry, I drew a blank.
No, that's
Scott
okay.
Weiland.
Okay. So
And Dave Kushner,
Oh, there you go.
formerly of a punk band, Wasted Youth.
There you go. That was the rhythm guitar player.
what do you know about Them Crooked Vultures? They came out in 2009.
I've never heard of that. But let's go back to the Velvet. Let's go back
Wow.
to the Velvet Revolver thing. Unfortunately, Scott Weiland died, and
Yeah, I
he
know.
was. I wasn't a huge
STP.
STP fan,
Stone Temple
although they do
Pilots.
have some good songs. I wasn't a huge fan, but
I was
like
a
he's
huge
got.
fan.
After he died, I think it was his wife that released an album, like a solo album for him. And I can't think of the name of it, but
It's phenomenal.
it is phenomenal.
know.
Really good
Yeah.
album. So what was the one you just mentioned?
So Them Crooked Vultures. It has Dave Grohl in it.
From the Foo Fighters? and
Yeah.
Nirvana?
So then the other people in
Yeah, I
it
never
are
heard of
Josh
that.
Holm and John Paul Jones. So Josh Holmes from
John Paul
Queens of
Jones
the Stone
from
Age.
Led Zeppelin?
Is
that who that is?
yeah.
What?
Yeah. So I had somebody work for me. I guess it was
I'm
in
learning
the
all kinds of shit today.
early 2000s. That
Wow.
His name's Todd.
didn't-
He introduced me to this band, and I totally forgot about them until I started writing about this supergroup. So
Wow.
yeah, definitely suggest homework for you.
Yeah, I think
Look
I need
into
to listen to
them.
this
Them
band.
Crooked Vultures.
Them Crooked Vultures.
Speaking of homework, did you listen to any of the Violent Femmes?
No, I did not listen.
Well, this
to
isn't going to be fun if I don't get to torture you with some stuff.
I did not listen to any of the
I'll send a video music note clip
There you
to
go.
GS and make sure that it happens.
I will
for next
totally
time.
listen to it if you send it to me. Maybe I'll look it up on YouTube and see what they have going on.
I mean, then Crosby, Stills, and Nash. I thought you would have mentioned them. Blind Faith.
I mean, Crosby, Stills, and Nash. I mean, they have some amazing songs, and I actually do have a couple of their albums.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not the biggest fan. It's a little bit before my time.
See, it's
But
funny because earlier you
they are
said to
still
me
fantastic.
something about Too Young to Remember, but I love Crosby, Stills, and Nash.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
there you go.
I'm eclectic in my music taste.
Well, let's be honest. I mean, I'm a little bit too young to be a Kiss fan, but
You can keep telling yourself that.
well, I mean, because when Kiss was really, really big, I mean, I was only maybe 3 years old, 4 years old. So
I'm about to make us all feel really old. Somebody yesterday or 2 days ago said something. Oh yeah, you were born in the 1900s.
1900s. Weren't most people born in the 1900s?
Apparently, like now there's some kids that are like 2000, early 2000 birthdays that are
Well,
smart asses calling us born in the 1900s like we were born in 1904.
They're smart asses.
My mouth just dropped. And then I started, complaining about this to our teenage daughter. And she's like, well, yeah, I mean, it's true. Like, yeah, but you don't need to make it sound like it was like Little House on the Prairie times.
Little House on the Prairie type.
All right. So back to Super
No, hold on.
I'm
because
sorry.
I do have the same problem when
1900 fucking bullshit. Sorry,
when-
please edit that out too.
No, we don't need that. That's perfectly fine to say that's bullshit.
Yes.
I do have people that are much younger that think. But here's the
think?
thing. Well, they
Hopefully
think
they
that
think.
they think that we're old. But
I mean,
when I was a teenager, now my mom is only 20 years older than me. When I was a teenager and my mom was in her 30s, I thought, holy fuck, is she old?
that's kind of where my teenage.
So,
now.
well, that's exactly
So
how people
what
think
is my
today.
toddler gonna think? I'm a
Oh,
fucking
God.
grandparent.
Yes, she
Like,
is. Yeah, she's gonna
I'm
think
elderly.
she's gonna think you're really old.
great. I'm gonna be the old mom. That's awesome.
All right, so I think you were talking
Hashtag
about
IHE.
hashtag IHE. I think you were talking about
So
other
yeah, so I
supergroups.
was talking to the tech guy about supergroups, and we got
Tech
super
guy.
excited, right? And he started throwing all sorts of supergroups out.
Oh, all right. Well, what are
Well,
they?
wait, hold on.
Let
I
me
had
hear.
him text me so I wouldn't forget that. That's a. But he says one, and he's like, "The Firm." Now, wait a minute. No. Don't
Yeah,
get
The
too
Firm.
excited. Don't get too
Yeah,
excited
that's it.
because.
I have both. I think they
Oh,
have
I-
two albums. I have both of them.
So when he said The Firm to me, now this is where we're.
You were thinking about the movie with Tom Cruise?
No.
No,
I'm
sorry.
thinking about The Firm, which is a super group, but it's a rap group, and it's Foxy Brown, Nas, AZ.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Cormega.
Well, I never heard of that one, but
Well, they have a song. One of my favorite songs that they do is called "Affirmative Action." I listen to it all the time, usually on the way to work. Something about it, but yeah. So I started singing that song, and Kevin's like, "That's not what I'm thinking about at all."
Gotcha.
So I need to know who The Firm is because my firm
So-
is way different than your firm.
well, The Firm, I don't know. They had one really big hit. I don't actually know who's all in the band other than Jimmy Page from Led Zeppelin.
And Paul Rogers.
Oh, and
Paul Rogers from Bad Company. And
Oh,
Bad company.
but they had one song, and I honestly don't know what it is. I was looking at the
Oh,
tech
he's
guy.
not paying attention anymore.
Tell
We're tagging him
me.
in too much.
Show me what the song is.
He was singing it in his head.
No, I'm thinking of that weird guitar lick that Jimmy Page does in that song too.
They did have one song that was really popular.
Radioactive?
Yeah, that's it. Radioactive.
There you go,
Hmm.
Radioactive. Look at GS pulling out the Firm.
So
That is a good band though, the Firm.
then it took me back to, well, there's got to be other super groups than in the rap genre that I used to listen to. So I dove into that. Now I know, again, you're not going to know too much, but,
Definitely
homework
not
for
gonna
later.
know these.
Actually, it's also really
But I'll
good
try.
knowledge. So did you know Snoop Dogg was in a super group
I did not.
Wow, really?
called the 213 with Nate Dogg and Warren G? Do you know who they are?
I know who Warren G is. Nate
Regulators.
Dogg, I've never heard of.
That's so sad. Mount up.
It's not that sad.
I just said
How is
some of
that
the songs.
sad?
No, it is.
That's
Well,
not
so
sad.
their super group was called 213.
Alright.
Again, my favorite song in there is called Regulators. In case you want homework later, that's what's coming your way.
I mean, I'm not going to remember any of this, but you can definitely, if you text me or
No.
remind me later, I'll totally listen to it. I'm down for
Um,
listening to other supergroups.
and then there's only two other ones that I stumbled upon that I thought, I totally forgot about them, which was West Side Connection, which was Ice Cube
Oh,
and Mac 10.
no.
And then there's Def Squad, who I think the only one that I know that was in there was Redman. But again, that's
Oh, I do know Redman and Method
Method Man?
I know who they are.
I would hope so. They're pretty
Yeah.
popular.
I know who that is. I'm trying to think of other supergroups. Oh,
That one was you, not me.
that was me. You hear my stomach that time? That was aggressive.
Well, the Winery Dogs. I
The
mean,
Winery Dogs
the
is
Winery
definitely
Dogs.
a supergroup. And they were quite awesome.
they were fantastic. Oh, hold on. Let me get into the tech guys list.
I was gonna say you have
Oh,
more.
using-
I know.
Oh, you
Look
do
at-
have
he's,
more?
He's ready.
I'm not gonna.
He's
I don't want to
ready.
blow up your spot.
No, you're
Yeah,
fine. You're
we
fine.
got
I'm getting
more.
there. You're on the bottom of
I
the
love
text messaging list. I just got to keep
I-
scrolling.
I'm talking about supergroups.
Bottom of the pile.
I'm just
I'm
kidding.
actually getting text messages right now, so let's see who's texting me during
They're
our,
probably super groups, and it's
during
probably
our
from
show.
GS.
I don't
I have
think
a whole
it's
list.
supergroups.
Oh, that's right. Hollywood Vampires.
Oh, yeah. You know
Oh,
what? I
shame
was
on me.
actually.
My brother would be so
I said that.
disappointed.
Yeah, I gave that.
I was
one.
trying to like
Sorry.
I
not
was
make it seem like that.
actually-
Thanks.
I was just listening to their. I think it's their second album. They have a live album that I think is coming out. I love Hollywood Vampires.
I imagine you would.
Alice Cooper,
Yeah,
Joe Perry from Aerosmith,
can't go wrong there.
Johnny Depp.
You know how I feel about Johnny Depp.
And that's the only people I know
Still
in the
Team
band. There was
Johnny.
a few other people in the band, but I don't know who they are.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing them. My brother has seen them a bunch of times. It's always a good.
Saw them live?
Hmm.
Wow, I'd
Yeah.
love to see the Hollywood Vampires live.
what he does.
Shocking, I was never really a huge Alice Cooper fan. Although I do like some of his stuff. I was never a huge fan of Alice Cooper.
You know what genre doesn't have a supergroup? Punk.
I couldn't tell you because I don't listen to a lot of punk
I
groups.
gotta look that up. Who is
I don't
Derek
listen
and the
to that.
Dominoes?
Derek and the Dominoes. That's
Who's that?
That is what we would consider oldies.
I need to know. I need to hear
guess
them.
the
I mean, if I play a clip, will
newer
you edit it out then?
generations would think that that's like
That's one of Eric Clapton's groups.
ancient. Yeah.
That's not oldies. Eric Clapton's not oldies.
Some of the bands he was with is.
Nah. Eric and the
Cream?
Dominoes. They're not oldies.
Yeah.
No, it's not. Oldies is like.
Isn't that the Cream is from the 60s?
Yep.
Yeah.
I don't know.
This is all-
I
this
still
is
feel
all
like oldies is like the 20s,
But
like
Derek-
the rock or
Derek
the
and the
Rockettes.
No.
The
Well,
Well,
Rockettes
Derek and the
type stuff?
Dominoes
Not
were from the
Rockettes.
70s.
Yeah.
Actually, they started in 1970.
Oh, they're a blues rock.
Cream is definitely an oldies band. That's like,
But Cream is, 1967.
Okay.
it's oldies. Or, I mean, I guess it could be labeled as like classic rock, but definitely in the oldies category. If there was an oldies radio station right now, which I think there is,
There is.
like there's an AM station, they probably play some stuff like that. Cream, maybe some older.
I think I would
Eric
be really
Clapton.
depressed if I put on an oldies station and heard the music.
Why? It's good music.
Yeah, but then to be have it to be classified as oldies, I'm not.
You're not going to sit on your phone the whole
No,
time.
I'm actually
Oh,
just
sorry.
making sure I don't get my ass reamed out in the comments because there is apparently a lot of punk supergroups. Apparently,
Oh, is
yeah.
there?
I'm sure there's some
Alright.
obscure one.
And like, if we are going to be live on the interwebs, showing my age there, we have to be prepared for all sorts of
We
criticism.
do have to be
So
I'm
Armstrong.
prepared for criticism. I'm
So
alright.
Billy Joe Armstrong. See, I was never a huge Green Day fan. After Nimrod is kind of when I tapped out of them, but he's got a super group called the Armstrongs.
Oh, yeah? There you go. Green
Please
Day's
educate
alright,
us
isn't
in the
it?
comments of some good punk super groups. We're down to
Hey,
learn.
look at that. Look at you plugging people to put comments in.
And I'll never read them, but I will ask
I'll read
for
them for you.
feedback through them.
I'll read them for you. We could use, that'd be all right if people told us
Yeah,
what punk groups are.
punk super groups,
Yeah.
ska super groups.
Eh,
How do you feel about ska music?
eh. It's all right.
Oh man, no Real Big Fish your way.
Who? Is that a group, the Big Fish? Is that what
Real
you're saying?
Big Fish?
Real Big Fish? Never heard of them.
That's disappointing.
Why is that disappointing? I don't know
I think that's my
every...
catchphrase. That's disappointing.
Oh, I don't know every single group out there.
Oh, more homework.
Yeah, I don't think I'm going to do any homework on any ska music. More homework. We're going to change the subject a little bit.
Oh no.
And Mother's Day's coming up, so...
Oh no. Yeah. I mean, yes, it is. My mom is my best friend. That oh no was
Yeah.
not for any other reason for it.
Mother's Day's coming up.
Are you
I
guys
was
doing anything
raised by a
special?
single mother with 3 children, so...
Your mom's awesome too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she's fantastic. I love my mom.
My favorite saying from your radio DJ days, that's a lot of women to love. You have to tell the story about that.
Many years ago, I was on the radio, and I guess I can say the name of it that no longer exists. It was Oldies 99,
My dad and I used to listen to that station.
and I believe it's
catalog.
now Cat Country or something
Yeah.
like that. And it was around Mother's Day. It was on the air, and I don't even know what song I was playing. I was playing a song, and I think it had something to do with like moms or something like that. And I don't even know what I said, but I mentioned that it was Mother's Day or Mother's Day was coming up, and I named off a bunch of women that are mothers.
Not even mothers, just people that you love, women that you love.
Yeah. I mentioned women that I love, my mom, my wife, or... Actually, I don't think we were
We
married.
weren't married.
At that point. And then at the end of it, I said something about, wow, that's a lot of women to love or something like that. It was pretty funny.
Aw. Well, that was nice. A nice shout out on the radio.
Yeah, it was nice.
Do you remember the days of calling into the radio stations and like requesting the songs
Oh,
for
God,
people
yeah.
and then having to make your own mixtapes?
Yeah.
Hopefully you were
to-
one of those lucky kids that had one that you had the dual cassette so that you could
Right.
record and
Yeah.
play at the same time. Whoa, that was like next level. Kids have way too fucking easy now.
Recording music off of the radio, I used to do that all the time.
Then we evolved to things like Napster and LimeWire, where you'd be listening to a CD that you made and like randomly hear like,
And that's actually a recorded tape or mixtape was actually how I started listening to like hard rock and heavy metal. My neighbor, who lived 2 doors down from me, he was the dude that walked around the neighborhood with a boombox.
I'm pretty sure it was my husband too.
And he always so this is like the 80s, so he was always listening to like early Motley Crue, Twisted Sister, Judas Priest. And then he made me a tape one day and it had all of those bands.
And that was it. You were hooked.
I was hooked.
That was it.
From that tape I had a holy shit moment with Ozzy's Crazy Train.
When our first daughter was learning how to talk, she her brain would go faster than her mouth, so she would stutter a lot. And we would always be like, "Okay, slow down. Think about what you want to say." But when she was really tired, it would get so much worse, and she'd be like, I," and we'd all start singing Crazy Train. I mean, that's not a good parenting story.
I think it's actually pretty good. I mean,
Yeah. Mm.
if you're teaching your children about Ozzy.
Ozzy.
In my book, there's nothing wrong with that shit.
So what were you saying about Mother's Day?
Yeah.
I was just mentioning the fact that Mother's Day's coming up, and
You guys have
Laura's
big plans?
Laura's a mom,
I am a mom.
and
I have a good
my
mom.
wife is a mom.
Mhm.
GS is a mom.
Are you guys doing anything super special?
Going to my mom's. Usually for Mother's Day, we go to my mom's, and then
It rains.
Yeah.
my wife has this. GS has this thing in her head where
It's true.
she believes that every Mother's Day
About 90%.
It does.
the weather is terrible.
It is.
See?
It's a thing.
And then
Just not making it up.
it turns into she complains about it, and my
Because every
my
Father's Day is
response
sunny.
my response is always the same to her. Like, it's not my fault. I didn't make Mother's Day in May. I apologize, but that does come up too. That it is usually the weather is pretty nice on Father's Day or Father's Day weekend. So
We
Because
usually.
a guy created Mother's Day.
because God created
No,
Mother's Day.
a guy.
Oh, a guy. A guy created Mother's Day, so that's why the weather is bad. I mean, I'm not disputing that. It could be true. So usually I end up cooking dinner, and then there's not a lot of things I can cook, so it's usually like some type of chicken.
I appreciate that accountability.
Like on the grill, I make a mean balsamic chicken that everybody in my family loves. So.
Why is
Usually
it so
that's
mean?
I don't know, because I've made it so many times, and I don't need the recipe anymore. I just whip it up. and
You
it's
can cook
delicious.
more than you give yourself credit, though.
Well,
Cooking's overrated. I'm not very
I
good
mean,
at
I
it.
mean, you're
can
That's
very
why I
cook
good
say
at
something.
it.
whipping things up here.
I am good at
home.
whipping things up. So, like, if we don't know what to make for dinner, I can open the fridge and just pull a bunch of shit out
Mm.
and throw it in a pan and just kind of
Magician it.
yeah.
He does that type of shit.
And it's
too.
usually
Can't
pretty
do it.
delicious.
Mhm.
I usually open the fridge, look around, close the fridge, open the fridge, open the freezer.
Hey, close the pantry.
Yeah. And then
All
I'm
you
like, all
gotta
right,
do
where can we
is-
order from?
What you got to do is when you open the fridge, the first thing you look for is what vegetables do you have, because you can always.
Oh, that's a lot
Make
lately.
something out of
Our oldest is
vegetables,
on a
so-
vegetarian kick.
Well, then you take a bunch of different vegetables, cut them up, throw them in a pan with a little bit of oil. And then if you
We-
have like leftover chicken or any type of pasta or rice, you throw that in there.
The problem in our household
And bam,
is
you got dinner.
we've got one that doesn't eat meat, one that doesn't eat anything that's not sugar. That's me. It's not the toddler. That's me.
Wait, you don't eat any sugar?
No, I eat only sugar.
Oh,
That was a
I
joke.
thought you said you don't eat sugar. I was like, wait. Last time
No,
you were
but
here,
so
you
the
ate a whole
oldest
bag
one-
of caramellos. I'm
I
pretty
know.
sure
I
you
was
eat
gonna
sugar.
replace that. I eat too much sugar, but so our oldest one doesn't eat meat, so we have to keep that in a factor. And then our youngest
Gotcha.
one is just so damn picky. Like, I don't know. I just rather not deal with it. Thank God for the tech guy because he's a fantastic cook.
So what do you usually do for Mother's Day?
Oh, yeah. So what do you guys do?
I was gonna. Well, he usually works. Just kind of usually happens to fall like that. So we celebrate my birthday with the girls, and then the girls and I will go up to my mom's.
Your birthday's
but-
around Mother's Day?
Yeah.
Oh.
What's the date?
Oh, I'm not putting that online.
Well,
Yeah, I wouldn't
I
put that
only
on
asked
there.
because Rick's sister.
Oh, I was gonna put my fingers up like we weren't on camera. Just edit it out. I'm
There you
the
go.
7th.
Rick's sister's birthday is actually 2 days before Mother's Day this year.
Oh, I'm the 7th.
Yeah.
But we go up to my mom's. However, I didn't make plans to do that this year. I was gonna just
I see.
have a day to myself.
There you go.
Hey, there
I
you
know,
go.
but I
That's
didn't
good.
really say anything to
That's
anybody
nice.
about it. Now I feel guilty.
No, don't feel
No,
guilty.
And now it's
Everybody
on
knows.
the air, so sorry, Pagalicious. I love
Listen.
you.
No, don't feel bad.
She hates that we call her that.
Egg-alicious.
And by we,
I
it's
love
me.
it.
I'm the only one that calls her that.
Well, I mean,
Oh, we put my
It's out
mom
there
through it
now,
when we were
so.
younger. She's
Well, Mike-
such a good
there's
lady.
nothing wrong with taking even if it's Mother's Day, there's nothing wrong with taking the day for yourself.
Exactly. It's called
Right.
self-care.
Yeah.
All right, now I feel like we're on an episode of Oprah, so let's move on. I wasn't trying to, we weren't trying to be therapeutic, but
Yes,
it's
he
definitely
was.
good to take a day for yourself.
Quick, thump somebody's head.
Is there something under my seat?
What?
You know, the prize under the seat.
I don't get
No.
it. I don't get it.
You don't watch
You get
Oprah.
it?
You don't get it.
Oprah.
Oh,
yeah,
bad
yeah,
joke.
yeah.
You might want to edit that one out.
That's pretty funny. I mean, I don't watch Oprah, but apparently the tech guy does. So
Yo,
It's
you
all
wouldn't
right.
believe some of the shit. I mean, we
there's
won't go
nothing
that.
wrong
We
with
won't do
watching
that.
Oprah. I'm sure it's very.
What is the jury show that we
entertaining.
were watching the other day?
The Juror.
Is that what it's called?
Jury?
Yeah.
Have you watched that
Everybody
show?
was an actor
I have
except
not
for
watched
one
that
Oh
show.
my
guy.
god, it's hilarious.
And the guy has no clue.
So everybody in the show is an actor except for one dude, and he thinks he's an actual juror on this panel,
Oh,
and it's ridiculous. It's so funny.
I have not watched that.
He was watching it. I'm like, I didn't know it was a TV show. Like I didn't know the whole baseline. And I'm like, this can't be fucking real. Like,
This can't
is this
be-
that lawyer's tits are like halfway out? This cannot be real.
Wow, this could be a show. I
Rick's
might wanna
interested
check
now.
into. Well, truth be told, I'm more of an ass man, but I'd definitely watch that.
Because I needed to know that. Thank you.
Well, I mean,
I
figured
guess
everybody
maybe
would.
the
Being
lawyers.
honest.
I'm just being honest.
Honesty
I'm just-
is key.
Yeah, I'm just trying to be honest.
Honesty is key.
It is, yeah.
Speaking of, since we're talking about TV shows.
Oh, I thought he was going to say because since we're talking about tits and ass.
Since
we're talking about tits and ass, I
if you
mean.
want to talk about that, we can. But since we're talking about TV,
I can't contribute to either. We're good.
also in the news, Jerry Springer recently died.
Oh, I know.
I love that show.
Oh, I did too. After school, it was the
Oh my
best.
God. I'm not even sure what year that show started, but
Oh my God. I was also a Ricky Lake
GS
girl.
is going to fact check that.
I liked Ricky Lake.
I actually hated Ricky
I
Lake.
love
I could see that.
I
Ricky Lake.
apologize, Ricky
Lake was
but
the
Had to have been the
shit.
I couldn't
early
stand-
90s.
Yeah.
I think it was early 90s because I definitely remember watching Jerry Springer. I don't think it was after
Jerry,
high school,
Jerry.
but definitely as a teenager, late teenager, early 20s.
I'm going to go with. How'd you go from teenager, late
September
teenager, early
30th,
20s?
1991.
91, there you go.
Yeah.
So I was still in school when.
You know what else
Springer
was on
came on.
TV then? The Grind on MTV and VH1, and then all
Oh,
those
yeah.
Summer Bash,
Is
where
that
they,
with like the half naked people?
Oh.
yeah,
dancing
remember
on the
those?
beach?
Yeah, they would
I
have
didn't
those
watch
dance
that.
parties.
I stopped watching MTV when they stopped playing videos, especially when they took Headbangers Ball off the air.
Ricky.
That was
Rackman.
sad, yeah.
I hated
know.
Ricky
What the hell
Rackman.
is that was his name? Yeah, I can remember.
His name is Ricky
What's that?
Rackman, and I hated Ricky Rackman. I personally
I liked Unplugged. Remember
think.
MTV Unplugged? I loved Unplugged.
Oh yeah, I
that
liked
shit
that.
was cool.
I personally think that Ricky Rackman killed Headbangers Ball. He ruined it. What's going on back there?
Party.
We're talking
I'm
in the
getting
background. You can say things out loud.
Anybody else want a beverage?
Get me a
May I
beverage.
have a glass of white wine?
Hey,
you.
there you go. We're switching to wine from beer. Did you
Yeah.
drink those beer? You nursed it?
I nursed it.
You needed a nipple for it, but that's all right.
I was last night. Listen, I'm not as young as I used to be. I can't hang.
Not as young as I used
I
to.
mean, the fact that we went out at, what was it, 10 o'clock last night?
It was 10:30. We were supposed to leave at 10, but we got out at 10:30.
Oh wow, that's way too fucking late for me.
I know, right?
Yeah, I
Listen.
would never go out at that
Oh,
time.
well,
of
no,
night.
we need GS here because she was actually the voice in my head in that moment when I decided that we were going to go out. Because remember the last time after we were wrapping up, I was bitching about something because that's what I do. And she's like, you really just got to push yourself to like get out there more.
We
then-
did.
I know. Well, I at first
I
was going to
almost
nix
got-
the
I almost
scenario.
got-
Yeah, and then this one almost.
That's all.
We don't go out much. And then the one night we go out. Are you okay there, bud?
I was trying to get comfortable, but it's not
Trying.
working.
Yeah.
I feel like this camera that's down here, like the only thing it's looking at is my foot.
It's not.
Oh, it's not. So
No,
I
it's
can leave
looking at
this
my
here.
giraffe neck.
Can I leave my foot there?
Yes, you can.
I feel
See,
like it's only
I
looking
feel
at
like
my
he
foot.
purposely wanted that set up
and-
right there so that when I talk about your Uggs,
Well, that's it. We're going back to that. What's wrong with my Uggs?
nothing.
They're
Boots
comfy.
with the fur.
I love my Uggs. They're so comfy. My feet are nice and toasty warm, but not too warm. They're not sweaty. I don't have sweaty feet. They're just nice and cozy.
My docks are nice and comfy. I've had these forever. I think my footprint is in the bottom of them.
There you go. Hey, that's all right.
They're never gonna die. They're docks.
As long as you don't have sweaty feet, then you're good.
My feet are cold.
Your
I have poor
feet sweat, then they
circulation.
start stinking.
Oh, I better not go into that.
GS is coming back. I can hear her coming down the stairs. She's back.
No. Back again. Guess who's back? Guess who's
Are you going to come into the
Oh, no.
camera?
Is that a dragonfly on your glove?
She's not in the camera.
Thank you. That's a very pretty glass.
It's hand painted,
So, it's pretty.
But not by me.
but not by us.
It's very
yeah, not
pretty.
by us, but it was hand painted.
When I was a kid, I grew up in the woods, right? Like in the sticks. Like,
Yeah.
and I am terrified of bugs. So
Terrified
like,
of
terrified.
bugs. Wow.
So
Okay.
when I would be out at the pool,
Like all bugs or
I
just
thought flying things at me. I'm not gonna like if
Like
you see
Christine.
if you see me work in my garden or my backyard in the summer, I'm sure people laugh hysterically. Like I probably look like
Ah, I
I'm
see.
doing
You're one of
karate.
those people.
And then I think that people see me, so I have to feel the need to scream like "fucking bee," so that people know that I'm not like, trying to poorly dance outside.
I see.
But so when
Nice.
I was a young girl, I'd hang out by the pool a lot, and dragonflies were around all the time, and I would run like
Oh.
they were gonna attack
I
me.
see.
And then
But they never did.
no. But after my sister passed, when we went up there, I helped my parents cover their pond and take care of their pool and everything like that. And now, every single year since her passing, there's this black and blue type of dragonfly that hangs around there, and it always lands on me. And I don't know what it is.
Aw.
I don't know.
Wow.
It's really
Your
weird.
sister sending you a message.
However, I want to run and smash it so
Aw.
bad.
Oh my God.
But my daughter says the same thing. Oh, Mom, it's Aunt Ray Ray. She's sending you a message. So it's like taking me everything and like to not freak out while this thing is on me.
I got you.
Anyway, so that's what your glass reminded me of. So I'm happy I could share that story. Thanks for
It
listening.
was a good story. I liked it. It was good.
It was not.
Yeah, it was.
It was a cute story.
It's very
Oh,
cute.
stop it. Go ahead. Say it. OMG, FAB.
What?
Rick and our child have this thing. They
My
make
son
fun
and
of me
I-
when I think something is fabulous, and they're like, OMG, FAB.
What's fab?
So
Okay,
my
I
son
get it.
and I
Well, there's
came
something-
up with, because she He's constantly saying how fabulous something is.
There's
And
nothing wrong with that.
And he would
Positive
say,
thinking. Something he should.
our son would say, he would always say OMG to her. And then, I don't know when, but at some point we came up with the OMG FAB. That means, oh my God, it's fabulous.
Yeah.
Tech man, what are you
And now
snickering back
we
there?
we say that,
for?
my son and I do it all the time to her. Every chance we get. Because she's always, oh my God, it's so fabulous. OMG, FAB. That's exactly how it goes.
I think we just found the name of the episode.
This episode?
Uh-huh.
It's OMG, FAB.
OMG, FAB.
All right,
Hell yeah.
That's a good...
the way to start it.
OMG, FAB.
I learned a new acronym today.
OMG, FAB?
Yeah.
Oh man,
It's a good
if
one.
you would actually watch some of the reels I blow up your phone with all day long, you would learn
That
a
was a
lot
good
more.
one.
That I was watching one of them where it showed the different generations and the slang words and how it's evolved. And as it was getting to like the one that we're at now, I have no fucking idea what they say. I miss the days of like stellar, tubular, rad. Can we bring those back?
Ooh, rad,
those were
that was a
good.
good one.
Wasn't that like the late 70s?
That was the surfer era. Yeah.
I used rad a lot when we were teenagers. That was a good slang word.
Man,
Man,
dude.
Dude.
that was more the 90s.
That was in
It
the
was.
70s too.
What else did we used to say? Well, what else? What other slang words?
Psych.
Psych. Oh man, that one needs to come back.
It's one of the greatest.
Oh, I loved that one.
I loved that one too.
Psych.
Psych. Too much fun. All right, so I,
I thought
peed
that would
and
be
now
funnier. Why'd you put your head down? I thought it was funny.
it's kind of funny. I peed and now we're back.
Are you proud of yourself? You had to announce it.
Well, yeah, there's nothing wrong with announcing.
You laugh at that,
Out
but put your
loud.
head down at the other one. I don't.
There's nothing wrong
I
with
was
it.
laughing when I put my head down.
Mm.
There's nothing wrong with announcing when you have to go to the bathroom. What's wrong with that?
Yeah.
Well, he's got old man bladder now, so you know.
Old man bladder? I do not have an old man's bladder.
Dude, you're peeing all the time, man.
It's not true.
Dude, seriously.
It's an inaccurate assessment
No,
of
you
the amount of times I
pee
use the
a lot more
bathroom.
now than you ever have. in
It's
your
not
life.
true. I've had my prostate checked and it's perfectly normal.
It's a good prostate.
And that you can definitely keep in. The doctor said my prostate is normal. Oh, God. Knock the mic over. The doctor said my prostate's normal, so we're
How many
good.
times are you gonna say?
Well, you know, people that are watching
Wait,
should
is your
know.
prostate normal?
Because he has to make sure
People
everybody
that
knows
listen,
that he doesn't
anybody
Listen,
that's watching.
I am appreciative of this moment right now because you can not believe how many times I've told this man he has to go to the doctor.
The tech guy?
Yeah.
Well,
Why?
so why?
Is your
You need an
prostate
annual
normal?
Listen,
exam.
this is
When did you get it checked last?
All
Never.
right, so this is a public service announcement for everybody that's watching and listening.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely get regular checkups.
Mm-hmm.
When you get to a certain age, you want to definitely get your prostate checked, colonoscopies. I don't know what the upper thing is called.
Endoscopy,
Endoscopy.
Mammograms.
mammos.
If you're
oh,
if
God.
you're a woman, you should definitely be getting
Mammos. Can you say the word?
things checked out. What is it called again?
Mammogram.
Mammogram. There you
Oh, the tatas?
go.
There- and now we've
Pushing of the
come
tatas?
full circle to tits and ass.
we have come
Yeah.
full circle to
To
tits and ass.
ass.
Yeah. Public service announcement. Get yourself checked out.
True story.
Don't let it go. Did I mention that my prostate is good?
That could be where we end this episode.
Could be. Listen, I'm all right with that. It's a good public service
That's a
announcement
good
to let
ending.
people know.
His prostate's
Rick, are
okay.
you on
Don't
the
let
3-year
that
or the
shit go
5-year
by.
plan?
5-year.
Oh, you're on the 5-year.
I'm on a 5-year colonoscopy
They
plan.
have plans.
See?
Yeah.
And you've
Yeah.
gone to the doctor.
They
If
have
you're at higher
plans.
risk, it's 5 years.
Yes,
If you're at
if you're-
extreme risk, it's 3.
Depending on what they find.
Yeah.
And you should definitely get it checked. 5-year. I'm on a 10-year plan for the what did you call it?
Endoscopy.
Endoscopy? Endo?
Endoscopy.
Oh, endoscopy.
Good lord.
For those of you who don't know, that's when they go through your
Down
mouth,
your throat,
down your throat, into
into
your
stomach.
belly.
Sounds like a good time.
Hey, listen, you
It
gotta,
is.
you gotta
That
get your
sleep
shit.
is wonderful.
Yeah.
Is it?
I had
Can
a
I sign up?
colonoscopy 2 years ago or a year and a half ago.
Yeah.
I was out for 20 minutes. It was literally the best sleep I ever had in my life.
You gonna sign up for the doctor yet there?
Isn't that how Michael Jackson died?
What?
No, that's not.
No,
I don't think
he
so.
died from those drugs.
Well, I'm saying he's got the best sleep he got.
Eternally.
Yeah, but he was using
Well,
them in excess.
Yeah.
Way
And
too
Sure you'll
much.
be
the
okay.
doctor was administering
You're
that
literally out for 20
inappropriately.
minutes. Yeah, you're out for 20 minutes. They go up your, and then
Is that the
check everything
professional
out.
term?
The yeah. No, I
And
can't
at
do
that
it.
point, when you wake
lips
up,
are
you're all
dry.
cleaned out. Well,
Yeah,
you're
you're
already
all
cleaned
cleaned
out by
out.
the time you go in. But it's like
Don't-
you have like this amazing energy afterwards. You're
Hmm.
like, let's go.
Don't let anybody fool you. It's really not that bad.
It really isn't.
You take a couple pills. You drink some.
Depending on the
Uh,
plan that your doctor has you on.
Like mine was, you take 2-gallon jugs of Gatorade, and you put this powder stuff in there, and then you have to drink the Gatorade.
Sounds. Yep.
Some people can get away with the pills. Some people can't.
Yeah.
I
It was
have
really
not.
not.
Been able
It
to.
wasn't that bad.
I've had to use the liquid stuff the whole time, but it's really not that big. I've done it 3
Yeah.
times now.
It's
a
not
big
that
deal.
bad.
See? Sign yourself up there.
Sign yourself
What
up.
about
baby.
you?
Um,
What about you?
Everybody.
I think I'm good for what I'm going for on Tuesday, and we'll take it from there.
Oh, what's that?
The melanoma scan.
The what?
Melanoma scan.
Oh. I see.
It's
I don't know if
fine.
that's- I don't know if that's as invasive, though.
No, no. But I do have to stand in an entire room of 2 different people and be completely
Yeah.
naked.
That's not.
There
Like,
you go.
completely.
I don't
No.
care.
I know you wouldn't.
I
We're
would
2
too.
different
I
people.
wouldn't like that either.
Yeah.
I wouldn't carry it.
And they did warn something about, like, depending on how dark my tattooed areas are, going over that more than once. And
Really?
I think I'll be okay. Apparently the new fad generation with these blackout tattoos,
Yeah.
they can miss things, or I don't know, it can
Oh,
alter
I see.
because
What is the blackout? Where they
the
cover
blackout-
over the
where it's
tattoo?
just a straight solid black tattoo. Yeah.
Why would somebody do that?
It's a lot of people are doing that right now.
A lot of people are doing that right now.
Oh yeah, so they'll
But
tattoo
why?
a solid blackout on their arm, on their leg. People are doing almost like tribal, like across their faces.
Well, that's just goofy as fuck.
So-
I'm not sure why somebody would do that,
I mean,
but
is
hey,
this what
to
you're
each his
talking
own.
about?
No.
Okay, so you're talking about like this would be like completely black.
No, like your entire arm would be completely black.
Oh, shut the. What?
It's their blackout tattoos.
Stop
Or
it.
they'll do like your forearm completely solid and leave like one skin color or like neutral colored,
Well, that's just.
and then do the whole solid. Or
No, absolutely not.
All right, well,
I mean the needle. So when you get tattooed, when I was doing it, it's way different now. Now they look like actual pens that you can do nice script with, and you
Yeah.
can still do the 1, 3, 7, I think 5. But for these blackout tattoos, the machines that I've seen them use, I mean, they're huge. They
Oh
look
my
like
gosh.
barber shears that you're going up
Yeah.
and down your arms with.
Why do people do that?
all right, well, I mean, listen, I'm.
mean,
Whatever floats their boat. I mean,
Okay, but that doesn't sound artistic at all.
no, I could see.
I know exactly what you're gonna do. But
I'm
let's say
all
it.
for for each his own. My opinion is that's fucking goofy. But, I mean, if that's what people are into, I mean,
What would you do
if?
if your son that came home from where he's at with
I
that?
gotta be honest with you. I really don't. I mean, he has one tattoo,
Oh, that's right.
and
the supernatural one, right?
and he has
Yeah.
talked about getting other ones, but I seriously doubt that he would ever do anything like that.
Right.
Like
No,
just
he
a
wouldn't.
big
That's
black
just not his
tattoo one. Is,
personality.
no, that he would
It
never
has to
do
be
that.
artistic.
Yeah, he's
And
kind
the
of
one that he has, like
he's
you
an
said,
artsy kind of person.
is supernatural. And
Yeah.
There's meaning to it. Yeah.
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 I seriously doubt that he would ever do that. if he did, I mean, it's his body. I would obviously tell him how fucking stupid I think it is.
That's kind of how my parents
But
handle things.
I mean, in the end, I mean, that's his choice if he wants to do that.
I hid my tattoos for a long time.
I did too.
Man.
And then I bent
I
over
mean,
one
even my
day. I
20s.
have one on my lower back, and I bent over at Christmas. Jesse was just little at the time, and my mom was like, Gina, what did you do? And I was like, what are you talking about? Then, like 2 weekends ago, last weekend we were at my mom's.
You know, you just said your full name, right?
We can edit it out.
Well, that's just,
Yeah,
okay.
okay, nobody knows my last name.
It's just GS. Just use GS. That's where we're
We'll
going.
get it. Well, that's why we don't
And
do
then my
things live.
mom, I don't.
That's why we don't do this.
She's seen this one on my arm multiple times already, and she like observed it again, and I was like, "You've seen this already." Then I got to talking to, I don't think women should have tattoos on their arms where you can see them and blah blah blah. And I was like, "Yeah, you want to see this one too?" There's one on the bottom of my.
Let's see your arms.
My arms.
Yeah. Women shouldn't have tattoos on their arms. Let's see what it looks like.
Where you can. See
I don't
them.
think that, but
Where you
let's
can
see.
So-
see them is what my mom said.
I mean, I didn't mean you had to like strip down.
No,
Just
it's
pull your
okay,
sleeve
it's
up.
My mom loves.
There
My
you
mom
go.
loves
Look
our
at it.
our
How-
tech man, and when I was dating him,
How
I didn't have. I
fantastic.
wasn't covered this much, but I had just gotten one on my foot, and we went
have
to
one on
meet
your
my.
foot?
Oh, I'm.
Did that hurt?
Come on, don't say it didn't.
It's different because when I got tattooed on my foot, I twitched up here. So like even though I'm down here, up here's like.
All right. And it's on the top of your
I
foot?
kept going to the guy like, I don't know what the fuck is going on. I'm sorry.
And it's on
and
the
then-
top of your foot?
Yeah, and then when we were learning and being taught how to tattoo when I worked at the tattoo studio, he had us actually trace a tattoo that we already had on ourselves. So that's the one that I did. So I think you actually saw the picture at our job now where I'm sitting in a chair and I'm literally tattooing my own foot.
Oh, yeah,
gosh.
I've seen that.
But when I got that one, my mom was like trying to be really cool, calm, because Kevin, or our tech guy, was there, and I was like, well, he paid for it.
Yeah.
That was it. She didn't like him anymore. Just kidding. She still loves him. But no, I hit a lot of them, and then I think it was my 21st birthday. We were on the way to Disney, and I was going through like a punk phase, I think, and
I could see that.
yeah. So I had to take all my shoes off at the airport, and then I had to take my studded belt off at the airport, and then my jean jacket with all the pins on off at the airport.
Nice.
Now, eventually, I mean, they were going to see me in a bathing suit down there, but I had failed to tell them I had gotten my back piece. So when I took my jean jacket off, my mom had started to see a little bit because I had like a baby doll t-shirt on or something like that, and she just kind of started to lift it up and just damn near started crying right there in the airport. Like, she's like, what the hell is that? Like, it's the 40 ounce to freedom, son. I don't know how to explain that to you. She's like, is that a tequila worm? I'm like, yes. Is that a knife? No, I don't want to talk about this anymore.
Thank God it's a tequila worm.
Just kidding. I over-dramatized that just in case she watches that. She wasn't that dramatic, but she did fight back tears.
Nice.
They,
We're still trying to get my mother to get her first tattoo.
I
Yes.
still try to get my mom to get one.
My mother claims that because she recently turned 70, that she's too old to get a tattoo.
No, there's no such thing. Unless
We're-
you're on blood
we're-
thinners, then I don't think it's a good
No,
idea.
she's
True.
not on anything like that. We're working on it. We'll get
Quick,
it.
before blood thinners come in the picture. That's what I keep
I'm
telling my
trying
mom.
to come up with ideas
Yeah, I
where
don't
it
think
can
my
be
mom
like
will
a
be on
family
any
thing,
type
like a
of-
mom and 3 kids.
Yeah, we're trying to come up with a good tattoo for
Not
that
a kiss
everybody can
tattoo?
get. Well, I don't think my sisters are going to get a kiss
Oh
tattoo.
yes, it has to be something.
I already
that they
have a kiss
All
all
are
tattoo.
gonna
of them
get.
can
So,
So there's 5 of us,
mhm.
and we'd like to all get. Is that right? No, there's 4.
Four.
Sorry.
There's 4 of you. You
Sorry,
weirdo.
4.
What the heck?
It's okay.
Dude,
2 sisters, me and my mom.
Do you-
There's
do
4
you-
of us.
Do you have a ghost
God.
sibling somewhere?
He's cut. No more alcohol.
There's 4 of us, and
Keep that in.
we're gonna. We'd like to try and come up with something that all 4 of us can get, but we're not quite there yet. And I don't think we've 100% convinced my mother that
If you do something
She needs to
meaningful
get
enough,
a
she'll get it.
tattoo.
Oh, it's if
I
she can
don't
do
really.
something.
I don't think that's the problem. I really think that it's the whole like
Permanent?
permanent thing. And my mother's never really been like anytime anybody in our family has gotten tattoos, she's kind of
She poo-poos it. She
I'm not
looks at it,
gonna
"Oh, that's
lie.
nice."
she what she
She poo-poos it. Listen,
poo-poos it.
I'm not gonna lie. When I met your mom,
She
she's
poo-poos it.
she's tough. Like she looks intimidating. Like
My mom.
Yeah.
Oh
she
yeah,
is.
you don't want to mess with her.
yeah, like she looks.
What
I mean, she's beautiful. Don't get me wrong. I loved her hair, even the haircut and everything. But like, she definitely looks like the type of person that you don't
Well,
piss
she's
off.
Oh,
your
yeah.
typical Italian, don't mess with me mom.
Yeah.
Mhm.
My mother's parents are my grandfather is Italian, her dad, and her grandmother was German and Pennsylvania Dutch.
So why don't you incorporate that into the tattoo?
Well, I mean, we could.
So
we're
think
still
about
working.
that.
We're still working on the
Well,
get her there to get a tattoo
that's what I'm saying. You'll
portion
get her
of it.
there if you have meaning, right?
Yes.
So when we used
yeah,
to do these
definitely.
consultations at the shop, you have to ask certain questions, right? So like you go to the roots.
I don't think we can't really do a consultation. It's either we're going and getting it or she's not going at all.
I meant when
Like
we
we gotta
used
go
to do the
and we gotta get her
consultation.
there and
I also
get the tattoo
mentioned
done.
like a family crest, but that was also poo-pooed. So
Do you know your
Not
family
sure what the
crest?
poo-poo thing means. Yeah,
Poo-poo.
my mom's family. There's actually a family tree thing, and there's a family crest, right?
No shit.
Yeah, I don't think she wants that,
I would.
but we're getting there. We'll work on it and get her there.
Does she have a favorite flower?
yes.
She does,
Birds of
and
paradise.
we did talk
Oh,
about the
good
flower
one.
thing, like
Well, yeah, you could do like a bouquet. So have your mom's favorite, then the sisters, and then obviously a cactus because you're a prick.
okay.
Sorry.
Here's the only thing.
That was so good. I was waiting for that one. Ooh.
Do you have that like in your mind? You were building up.
No,
to
it
it, or
just kind of flew naturally.
you
but,
wrote that
like,
down like 20 minutes ago
Oh.
and probably decided to use it.
I asked you something similar like that earlier today.
Stop it. Can you stop? I mean, that's the second time now that I've leveraged something from earlier today and made it my own and blew up my fucking spot again. You're not going to be allowed here after you sit up. I'm just kidding. Go ahead.
I don't dispute the fact that I'm a prick. However, I think the
Yeah, he's definitely
tattoos. If my mother does get a tattoo, it needs to be small. Like
Okay.
she's not getting.
Not go big or go home type scenario.
Yeah, there's not going to be like any bouquets or like. I mean, if it's like some type of flower, it's like one. It's
Well,
not like a.
You can do the birds of paradise, but then do
It's
4
nothing
of
huge.
them.
Yeah, that's
No.
never happening.
You can do it small.
You can do it small.
She's never going to do that.
It sounds to me
But
like
we'll
you've
work
already,
on
it sounds like you're making a lot of progress.
We actually are, because if you knew my mother, and when you bring up the tattoo thing,
It's just not going
she
to happen.
doesn't say no.
Ah.
And that's where you know that the wheels are turning. Like she gets like this look, and she kind of smiles a little bit, and it's like, yeah, we're almost there.
You know what I think you guys should
We're
do?
getting there, and I think that
Keep
we
pushing.
can.
Well, that's what I'm. You
Well,
need
here's what
something
I'm
to seal the
thinking.
deal.
Mother's Day is coming up. Why don't you all put in for money and for
That's-
Bryn?
That's not enough time.
Is
No,
Bryn
no,
the
no,
tattoo
no,
artist
no.
that you guys
Listen
go
to
to?
what I'm
Yes.
saying.
Mm-hmm.
Put pool money together, get a gift certificate
Did she
for
just clap
Bryn,
you?
Yes.
and say, put on the gift certificate. In October, we're gonna go. We have this time reserved. We're gonna get our tattoos.
Yeah, that's not gonna work.
If I ever clapped my
Oh my
husband, I don't
God,
think I
it
would
would
make it to
work
the next
if you
step.
With
just-
my mother, what you have to do is you have to get her to agree to it, and then you schedule the.
She's already not
Appointment.
saying no. You have to push the button.
I'm not hearing a no. Are you a cheerleader?
I was doing what she's doing.
aggressive.
She's.
Be
Because
aggressive.
she's not. I know
Be
how his
aggressive.
mother
Be
operates.
aggressive.
If you tell her, She's not saying no. If you say in May, all right, October, 6 months, 7 months from now, we're gonna go and get tattoos.
Well, this is what we're going to say. Mom, if you're listening, we're going to get tattoos.
Can I come too?
Laura wants to come too.
Listen, you schedule a time with Bryn, and then she can't say no.
Bryn
Give
said
her
no
the
to me.
certificate.
All right.
Schedule the time with Bryn. You need to call Bryn now because you know how booked out she gets. And with 4 of you,
Okay.
see? Do you see how irritated he's getting? He's like,
Because you keep
I deal
going.
with it at work.
I already made the public service announcement. I said, Mom, we're going to get tattoos.
Wait a
Can
minute.
we
I
move
thought
on?
the public service announcement was about the prostate.
Hey,
It was.
Listen, we can go back to the
Nah,
prostate
we
thing.
don't need to get back to the prostate.
Have I mentioned that my prostate is normal?
No, I don't think you did.
All right.
All right.
the PPA is the public parent announcement.
PPA is the public parent announcement. And what
Mom,
is
we're
the...
going to get a tattoo.
Oh.
There you go.
So this segment, we have 2
Public announcements.
Public announcements.
Every day for Mother's, or every day. Everyone for Mother's Day, get a tattoo. I like that one.
Everyone
I've
from
manipulated that so I could benefit from it.
All right, so that's our public announcements.
Yeah.
Get your shit checked and take your mom to get a tattoo for Mother's Day.
Fuck yeah, I like that. Get your shit checked
I
and
love it
take your
too.
mom for a tattoo.
All right.
Peglicious, I'm coming for you.
Thank you for watching.
Are we really
IAT.
thanking?
Are we? I mean, I don't have
Why
to.
not?
How about we?
We
no,
don't
no,
have
no,
to
no.
thank anybody.
I'm
because
gonna
quite
go
honestly, I
with-
don't give a fuck what anybody thinks. So I don't
Here's
need to
how-
thank anybody.
I'm gonna go with, if you stuck this long, props to you.
Hey, there you go.
Good night.
Peace.